I want to start with Ms. Fabrizio. I meet with organizations tied to blue-collar jobs all the time, and they are constantly in my office begging for more help, and people that need training in specialized fields like plumbing, electrical work, and carpentry. Meanwhile, CEOs are warning that AI will take 30% of the workforce by 2045. My questions are, how do we ensure we are sending more people to go to trade schools for these blue-collar jobs and not just allowing them to get laid off by AI?
We need to continue to invest in reskilling and upskilling, and we need to make sure that we have the resources available. At CES, we're doing AI trainings for the first time at CES 2026 for people who are in the industry and want to learn more. This is an important solution to this challenge.
Do you agree with those assessments that AI will take 30% of the workforce by 2045?
AI is going to change the workforce, but it's going to make it better. It's going to create new jobs, and it's going to augment the existing jobs. It's going to make people smarter. It's going to make them more efficient and give them tools that they never had before to do their work.
Yeah, thank you. And I'd just like to make a statement for the young generation out there watching what's going on with AI and who may be in college or maybe in high school. You know, I think one of the fields that's the least susceptible to AI taking over and eliminating your career opportunities are the trades. What advancements right now are we seeing with technology that are creating new job opportunities for Americans?
Well, we're seeing it in many areas. In healthcare, we're seeing individuals that are learning how to create autonomous healthcare monitoring systems for first-line intake that will help nurses and doctors get better information so that they can be physically with patients that they need to be with while a autonomous system is collecting information on patients. And that would be hugely helpful given the healthcare crisis we have.
Thank you. I want to shift to Mr. Hammond. Last week, we lost a true American patriot, Charlie Kirk. Following his assassination, there were reports of Chinese and Russian bots encouraging violence through spreading misinformation, attempting to create division. Did you see any of those reports, sir?
I did not.
Okay. How should the American people be wary of the increase of inflammatory speech following the assassination of Charlie and other mass violent events from Chinese and Russian bots?
It is a really big open challenge. These social media platforms have their work cut out for them. We do not yet have a reliable means of identifying what is a bot, what isn't, especially as these systems become more and more human-like in the way they speak. And so I think it's something we need to put much more resources into.
Okay. What do you think federal agencies should be doing to prevent the spreading of misinformation by these bots to sow discourse in our communities and our country?
I mean, at a minimum, we should stop selling China and Russia the technology they use to run those bots. These H20 chips, which just got approved, are liable to be approved for export to China. If they all go through, it's going to roughly double their data center capacity for running advanced AI models. We know from the past that they've used these chips to power their surveillance drones, to power their gate recognition technology. So we've given them the ammunition that now they're using on us.
Okay, next question for you, sir. When I was growing up in school, it was often considered cheating to use a calculator on a test, right? Now we have CEOs of Fortune 500 companies basically telling their employees that they need to be using AI a few times a day, or they'll be falling behind or become obsolete. My question is, how do we balance the expanded use of AI and not demonize the use of AI while preparing our students for the future?
I think education is a good example of how AI is going to force a massive rethink and reckoning in how we do a lot of things, including how we design curriculum for K-12. And there's going to be resistance, but there's already new models that are emerging. So there's Alpha School in Austin, which is running AI-assisted tutoring in the mornings and project-based learning in the afternoons, and seeing tremendous results. And so I think we just need much more innovation in how we do education.
What advice for this committee and for Congress do you have in regards to any regulations that you think are responsible regarding AI in the future?
My three big bullet points are: one, we need to monitor the frontier, so we need to know what's coming and be able to prepare and adapt, because it's going to be a very fast-moving period of human history. So we don't want the government to be the last one to know. Number two is we need to be investing in research and development, especially around issues like control and interpretability. How do we interpret how these models work? How do we understand their behavior? How do we control their behavior? Still, the companies are underinvesting in that. And then third, we need to protect our comparative advantage, which is AI hardware. So as I mentioned earlier, our one big advantage is chips and hardware. China is trying to catch up, but they are cut off right now. And if we open up those chips to China, they're going to jump ahead.
Thank you. I yield back.